Hello and welcome back everyone to our van life A to Z series where we answer all of your van build or van life related questions. Today's question is
do we regret buying or building anything in our van? On the whole, I would say that I don't really regret much in building and buying stuff for the van because it took us a long time to plan and build the van in the first place.
We spent a long time thinking.
And even after living in the van and using those things,
there's been very few things that have changed. Like we had to be, oh, we must change this right now.
Yeah.
Type of thing. The thing that was like a right now has to be changed has already been changed. It was the swivel seat, the double swivel seat, the plate that we had here. We did a whole video about it very early on when we started living in the van.
But TLDR, we installed that swivel seat at the beginning of the van build when we had a certain layout in mind. Our layout did change, and by the time we got to the end of the van build, we realised that the swivel seat was not actually that helpful and also weighed a lot, and we wanted to use the storage under the double seat.
Yeah, and because we put our auxiliary fuel tank underneath the seat, so it's inside, and the swivel plate was closed, so you could access the storage, but it was a lot of twisting and shoving and grinding to actually get to the opening that's needed.
Yeah.
Within a month or so, we basically like, no, we cannot keep doing this because we're in winter. We're refueling that tank about every 3 days.
I guess if we had an open swivel seat, we might have considered keeping it potentially, but and it would also weigh less because it's not as solid steel. So I guess maybe we would have gone with an open-ended swivel plate.
I regret buying the closed.
I regret buying the
closed
plate. One.
Yeah, that was one of the bigger changes that I recall.
Okay, I would say that.
Wait for it.
So, I love having a fridge in the van. And I would definitely always have a fridge in the van. But we paid, and this was over a year ago now, we paid £800 for a Dometic CRX80 fridge. But for £800, I expect something that's actually pretty well made. This one, within a year of us having it, we haven't used it that harshly or that much, but nearly all the plastic pieces inside have either chipped or completely broken off.
Anything on hinge breaks straight away, pretty much, because okay.
So the fridge.
The fridge is I love having a fridge. I don't regret having a fridge. I do regret
buying that fridge.
Yeah. Another thing is the roof deck. So it's a rather, I guess, a romantic idea to have a roof deck. You can potentially use it a fair amount depending on the type of person you are. But in the time that we've lived in the van so far,
and we have lived in the van throughout spring and summer, and now it's autumn.
Yeah.
So the best time to use a roof deck is in the summer.
Yeah, we found that we didn't really use it that much. We went up a few times, but kind of, getting the ladder in place to go up, because we don't have a fixed ladder on the outside. We get our ladder inside and then we climb out. Just the pure motion of getting the ladder from the garage into the living space.
Bit of a faff.
And then when you're up on the deck, what I find is that it's always windy. No matter what the time of year it is, it's always windy. So, like sometimes, maybe in the rare 5% of the time, it's not. But then you're most likely boiling. So it wasn't that pleasant to use.
And I would say, like, in the places where we could have used the deck, where it was quiet, where there was no one around, where it was nice and sunny outside, we just opened the door and got the camping chairs out, or just sat on a rock or a log, or sat on the couch where we are now with the door open. So we didn't really use it. So it's still there at the moment, but we know it takes 40 kilograms of weight. And it's not being used.
And we know that if we upgrade our batteries to, I don't know, 800 amp hours, then that's 40 kilos. So we can basically do a swap.
For the weight.
For the weight.
I can tell you that quadrupling the batteries would be much more useful than what the roof deck is currently serving.
And also, alternatively, I think it's a much more practical idea to use that roof space for more solar panels.
Exactly.
Than the deck itself. So I enjoyed figuring out how to build the deck. I would love to use it on another project, maybe take it off and move it to another project where it may be more useful.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know, there's just the way we live and the way our routines are. Yeah. We just don't seem to use it. So
I think it will go. I guess also what you said, because you just said about the batteries, I don't regret the batteries we bought. Again, the Reliant batteries that we bought, they're amazing, they're great. We've been able to power everything that we want to power. We can cook on electric. Just about. I regret not buying more of them. Now, admittedly, the Reliant batteries that we bought, we could not afford to buy more of them because even now they have not gone down in price, have they?
No.
But there are other companies like Beyond Batteries and Roma Batteries, which look really good quality batteries, comparable specs to the ones that we've got in terms of resistance.
About half the price.
And they're half the price, or even a third of the price, just because lithium batteries have come down in the 2.5 years since we bought those batteries. Meaning if we were to do the van now, I would buy a lot more batteries. But at the beginning we didn't know how much we would be, I guess, relying on electric cooking.
Yeah, like we always wanted to build an electric or electrically powered home. However, when we were doing like the maths and stuff and we didn't know entirely all the variables, like there's no way we can afford that, And it turns out that we can sort of do for about the same amount of money that we installed other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's still a premium, but it would have been possible had we actually known what we know now. One of the, I suppose, regrets that we have, that it's kind of what we haven't gotten to buy yet, and that is an oven. Because we never wanted to use LPG in the van.
Nope.
Diesel ovens are not an option. And I really did not want to deal with gas, and especially in current state of affairs of the world, being reliant on gas, potato. So basically we're like, okay, well, we're gonna have to figure out electric cooking, so that's what we've been doing the first year of van life.
And I guess we've been figuring it out, so we got induction hobs, and we found the right type of induction hobs. We've got a Remoska.
Yeah. So our Remoska is our oven, and then we have a gas equivalent oven, which is kind of those the party wheel with the disposable canisters. That's what we use if we have to use some sort of oven. Otherwise, we do kind of one pot sort of on the hob meals.
Much, yeah. But
like,
I do miss having an electric oven.
I would love basically just to have an oven, and like you do the best you can with the information you had at the time. So you we're not really kicking ourselves too harshly on any of these things. It's just these are things that we have learned along the way. So how do we figure out the electric issue with the batteries and got more batteries? We wouldn't be able to get the right oven that could be powered. Would have gotten the bigger inverter, and then Bob's your uncle. Speaking of space, I regret not planning where to put my pipes for the shower.
Yeah. I knew you were going to say that one next, because you were staring at the bathroom, weren't you?
Yeah.
That's kind of the main reason why we haven't plumbed in the shower yet, by the way. Because everyone keeps asking, weren't you doing a recirculating shower? Why haven't you done the recirculating shower yet? It's not because we don't want to build it, it's just because I guess we don't want to have to think about how to fit all the pipes in the very limited space that we have left.
It's like, we stay clean, we're taking a bit of a break, re-energizing from 2 years of building the van or whatever.
And the shower works enough for us as we've got it at the moment.
Yeah,
so it's just kind of like, we've got the heat exchanger sitting under the couch, unplumbed, ready to go, it's just...
I would love to have hot water, honestly, because washing the dishes, especially anything with oil on it, it's rather impossible. So you have to boil some water and clean it, because cold water doesn't do it, because detergent in cold water. We have ideas how to make space for those pipes. It would just require rejigging certain bits and pieces,
and I guess we're not
can't be bothered.
Not at the
At
moment.
the moment. A van builder's note, always think about where to put your pipes.
Also, think about a place where you're going to put your dirty laundry as well. Is a thing that people have told us, and it's true. We have found a space,
Yeah.
but we didn't know where it was going.
Another thing is we should have built a bigger light switch box. Okay? I know it's a weird thing to have a regret over, but our backlights that are on a 5 amp dimmer switch keep dimming, especially during the summer, because they overheat very easily.
And they draw
But they draw about 5
5
amps,
amps.
so it's like right at the edge. So obviously it overheats and its tolerance reduces and the lights dim.
We have bought a 10 amp dimmer circuit, but now we have to redo the light box and make it bigger.
Because it wouldn't fit. So we're gonna be doing a fancy light box with storage in it, so somebody could put their wallet in it and not on the couch or on the floor or anywhere where it shouldn't be. Every time we leave the van, what we do is, where's my wallet? I don't know, where's your wallet? Destroy the van, move everything, where's your wallet? It's always in the weirdest place. So yes.
Or in my pocket.
A light switch entry box that will have all the essentials for when one needs to go out. You just go to the box, you turn the lights off or on, and then you either take your stuff and go out or come in and put your stuff in the box, not on the couch.
You're welcome.
For what? Have you built the box?
No, but I gave you the idea to build the box by being annoying with my wallet and the keys, didn't I?
I see. He gave me the idea by being annoying.
What would have made things easier is being able to build with thicker materials, especially thicker wood. Because we kind of had to go very lightweight. We wanted to go lightweight because we didn't want to go over the weight limit. So that's why the walls are made of 3mm ply. Every single piece of furniture had to be multifunctional, made of the least amount of material possible, which we did achieve, but it made things 3 times harder to plan and actually build the thing.
Yeah, and in terms of things that have not been as durable, so, a door with hinges screwed into it, we've used 9mm ply for it, which means that you don't really have a screw that will be strong enough. Like the threads will be either it will be too short, so the threads will be very minimal,
And very weak.
or if it's longer, we have to use washers, so you still get even the slightly thicker thread. You still don't have that much of it. So continuous use and motion, it eventually falls. So that's one of the issues we have in the kitchen that we need to address.
Yeah.
It's just like, because the wood is not thick, the screws don't hold it, and
It's just one of those problems. And
yeah. So I guess I regret that we don't have a license that allows us to drive a heavier vehicle and etc. So it's like it's all chain reaction. We didn't have a lot of choice in that matter.
no, because
But it is something that has caused us a problem. So just be aware that that's a kind of a consequence of using lighter and thinner materials.
But to sum up realistically, in the van, do we regret buying or building anything?
Well,
Not massively, and the few things that we do have little niggles about are the things that we've mentioned here, but overall, we're very happy.
Yep. Going pretty well. Whatever doesn't work, we change it rather quickly.
And
so
because we spent so long building it in the first place, the initial ideas that we had maybe for some of the things have then, like further down the line when it came to actually, we need to actually buy this thing. Is it definitely the right thing, or is there something else? Or how do we want to build this? Is that definitely how we want to build it? No, and we changed it there in the planning phase rather than building it hastily, putting it in, then realising we didn't like it.
Mind you, we did have the whole pandemic to build the van, so it was plenty of time to ponder on it.
Plenty of time to ponder.
So yeah, thank you very much to everybody who's already submitted questions for this Van Life A to Z series. And if you do have any questions of your own that you have come up with, then again, leave them in the comments down below.
Yeah.
And I believe that's it for this one.
Cool. Until next time, guys.
Bye.
Ciao.
I never know how to finish these videos.
Ciao.
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 Goodbye.